Let's see if it works. So this is our boy Ziggy Stardust. Ready? You know, our favorite.
When you walk around New York and a hard hat says, "Hey, sweetheart," you know,
I drive around New York.
Fucking David Bowie. He's so gay. But it's cool if, you know, I was staying at my friend's house.
Good idea. What do your parents do for a living?
Well, my father's dead, and my mother has a small flat. And I think she's...
Yeah, he's high as fuck. But anyway, so I was staying at my friend's house, a good friend, in Colorado. And they went out there to get clean. And I just fucking stayed with his wife and his kid. I went to the grocery store with him and everything, and like all day, 24/7. So I wouldn't go and fuck up and use. And anyway, we went to the mall and bought some fucking CDs. And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get David. I was like, "Oh, I got Social Distortion and fucking the Vandals or something." And she's like, "Oh, I got David Bowie, like the box set, right? Greatest hits." I'm like, "What? That fucking, like, you know, the Galactic Hermaphrodite or whatever." But, you know, he's cool, I guess. I don't know him personally, but... And then when I went back, we got back to the house, she put it on. I was like, no way. Fucking David Bowie sings this? David Bowie sings that? Fuck. Spiders from Mars? This is badass, right? So, you know, I didn't know that he did all those songs. But here, in this interview, he's all coked up. Like, everyone wasn't coked up in this probably year in like 70s, 75, 6, 7, around there. Probably 77, just for numerology's sake.
Got a day job.
Does she have trouble explaining you to the neighbors who say, are you any relation to that?
I think she pretends I'm not hers. No, she doesn't talk much, you know, she doesn't, I don't think we were never that close particularly. We have an understanding.
Yeah. It's not true that your real name is Menimsha Spiegelgas, is it? Is it really? You didn't want that revealed?
I was waiting for you to reveal it.
What is it?
It's not true that your real name is Menimsha Spiegelgas, is it? Is it really? You didn't want that revealed?
I was waiting for you to reveal it.
Well, I'm sorry if you didn't want that out, but what is black noise?
Black noise?
Yeah.
Black noise is something that Barrow's got very interested in. It's the one facet of black noise is that everything, like a glass, if an opera singer hits a particular note, the vibrations are that of the metabolism of the glass, and it cracks it, yeah? So a black noise is the register within which you can crack a city or people, or it's a new controlled bomb. It's a noise bomb, in fact, which can destroy.
Is it a real thing? I mean, is it something that's actually somebody's experimenting with?
In France.
Could a tyrant use it to...
Well, until last year, you could buy the patent for it in the French patent office for about the equivalent of $3-4.
It's concentrated.
Depends how much money you put into it. I mean, a small one could probably kill about half the people here, but a big one could destroy a city, or even more. I mean,
it's a weird idea.
Don't look at. It's not my idea.
No. Well, let's not give the instructions on how to do it. Can you recommend a good book to your fans? A good book?
What, this week? Apart from yours?
Oh, do I have a book out?
Yeah. Oh, no, I walked into that.
No, I wondered if last thing I read, you'd said that Kerouac was important to you, but that's a long time back. What do you
I didn't say I'm reading Machiavelli.
You're reading Machiavelli?
No.
Oh. What would you read?
What am I reading?
What would we find on your coffee table in your apartment?
At the moment, mainly pictures. I bought Diane Arbus's book of photographs. It's a photographer that I like very much.
Could I ever do a walk-on in your show? I've got to know what it feels like to stand on stage in a big production thing like that.
In a production?
Screw up your...
Well, if I had a part for you, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if I were to bring out a cup of tea and a good book.
If it's your book.
Well, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. You do mine.
Don't ask me about my book.
You have a book.
Well, funnily enough.
A book coming.
Yes, I'm writing a novel.
You are?
Yeah, based on the Trans-Siberian Express.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That's it. Now you can ask me the next one.
I'm glad to know that. How do you say your wife's name? I've seen it printed Angels and Angela. Which is the typo?
Angela. Angie.
Her real name is Angela. Yeah. Is she a model?
Is she a what?
A model or an actress? Or I saw one very attractive picture of her.
No, she was an intellectual that went to school in Switzerland and
she's hot as fuck.
Has a vast capacity for knowledge and runs around, does theses on everything.
Yeah. And how do you say your son's name?
Zoe.
Your son's name is Zoe Bowie.
Yeah.
Is it true that Frank Zappa has a child named Moon Unit?
Yes.
Can you imagine? You're growing up, kids in a tough neighborhood. Hey, Moon Unit!
It's Dweezil, Zappa, and Moon Unit. Zoe Bowie, that's pretty cool. Zoe is my mom, who's dead now. Her dog's name, who's dead now. The dog, Zoe. Anyway, the 70s are so chill. You could just bust out rails right there on the fucking table. The reason I'm wearing this, well, first, I need to symbolize my one-eye symbolism to my peeps. But I had this on. I took my niece to the go-kart and miniature golf, and then they had these like fucking, and it's like 4 hours. It's $20. I took my sister and my niece, or $30 a person for 4 hours, and you can ride the go-karts, play mini golf, and do those fucking boats. But they have like this machine gun thing that squirts fucking water, and then they have this thing in the middle. It was funny. It was a great time. But anyway, I had this. I was like getting sunstroke. I soaked this with water, put it on, and so it's on.
Do we have a message? We will take a break here, and we'll be right back. So, somewhere someone is writing a learned paper in a university called something like Jagger and Bowie, Prophets of a Pluralistic Society, and this Prophets of Doom. Or something. Do you read this stuff? And you see critics write very elaborate intellectual analyses of your work and other people's. Does this put you to sleep?
The bad ones. I always read the good ones.
Yeah. He's like, motherfuckers.
Do you want to be understood? You know what I mean? Ziggy Stardust
Absolutely
was
nothing to understand. I mean,
was concerned with famine in the world and so on, and prophecies of the world running out of food and stuff like that.
I'm a storyteller and a story writer, and I decided that I preferred to enact a lot of the material I was writing rather than perform it as myself. At this moment, I'm performing as myself, but I will continue in the future. After I've done what I wish to do at the moment, return back to writing stories, and I will enact them again, and I don't care what anybody says, I like doing it, and it's what I shall continue to do.
Well, I'm not stopping you.
It's not, and nothing that I do is on any kind of intellectual slant.
You got no mission?
No, it's just...
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a tad fidgety.
Can you do anything about their ripping London apart? I've been there about 7 times. We were talking about this the other night, and you told me the appalling news that they've torn down Whistler's house, the artist.
From what I've heard, the
is Buckingham Palace a McDonald's stand yet? I can't believe that what they're doing. You have a lot of influence.
Not since I bought it.
Otherwise, I was going to say you have influence and money. Can't you can't.
No one has any influence. I mean, everything's been sectioned off into separate pieces of property, and no doubt now that the socialist government has nationalised, or is going to nationalise, ground, more of it will come down. And
don't you think it's awful?
I don't know. I haven't made any decision on it because I know a lot of families that need houses. As much as I like a lot of the architecture, I don't know. I can't generally. Oh, don't ask me about politics. And I mean, what do I know?
Did I say politics?
But that's what it will become. You see, because I mean, it's all politics.
I see.
motivation of financing his politics, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Should we move on to something else? Oh, let's see Violent.
You gotta love it when worlds come together. Over on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, the Sirius XM morning show that I host every weekday morning, Violent J, the Duke of the Wicked of the Insane Clown Posse, was in studio, and who would join us but renowned astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson? What would happen when this wicked clown would meet one of the smartest men alive? Well, you're about to find out. Our Violent J is hanging out, and we welcome in Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Hello.
Hello. Please come in. Have you met Violent before?
I have not met Violent. Not knowingly.
Not now. It's good.
Yes. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Violent J is actually really cool. I've met him.
You would remember?
Hello,
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
How
Wow.
you doing?
How are you,
I
man?
miss you guys.
It's good to see you.
You don't call. You don't write.
Well,
you know.
I'm really glad that you're here, because you very famously at one point on our show said, "Yeah, I'll believe in aliens when you bring a body into the town square and you show the world." Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson, yesterday in Mexico, a guy brought an alien body into the town square. Do we believe in aliens?
I love it that he did that. So now the next step is.
Okay. I like the way he pushed your finger in with his finger. Your fist.
It's a big finger. It's
the next step is.
Look at Violent
What
J.
you do next is what we did when we brought moon rocks back from the Apollo era. You
the
say,
moon isn't
all right,
something you can land on.
give a little piece to other scientists around the world so they can analyze them.
Space is nothing more than the wall in Plato's cave. Period. Jesus. And if you don't know what that means, read Plato's Cave. It's a very short philosophical thing, you know. But I can't watch this buffalo, deGrasse, fucking bison. I can't do it. So, what we'll do is, let's see. What should we watch? That's pretty cool that I can do this and just fucking talk. I mean, not that it's gonna be fun or anything, but Tim Pool, no thanks. There's nothing really good on right now. I should play my own videos. Oh, watch. Okay. Richard Simmons, he never wore a headband. Watch. Richard Simmons. In a headband, a sweatband, whatever. But watch, there isn't one, you guys. It doesn't exist. So there's that. Watch. Oh wait, maybe I can't move this thing around as much as I thought I could. But anyway, there just isn't one, you guys. Look, all the images of him are fucking... He doesn't have one on. And the thing, if you watch my video that I have, what the fuck? This dude always had one on. Now, I will pay anyone. This is like a... You can order a fucking... the only reason this is one is that's a Halloween costume that you can order, okay? And, because everyone knows he had a fucking headband, okay? 80s Richard Simmons Headband. Let's see what this says. No, he's not wearing one anywhere. This is a Halloween costume, okay? Kit costume. It comes with a headband, sweatbands, and the shorts. And this is a ridiculous person tried to Photoshop this, found it, they put, look at, like, that's not edited fucking in. That's ridiculous. Stupid. People want to be right so bad that they would literally do that. Fucking morons. I did this video 4 years ago, and someone else did a video.
Richard Simmons never wore a headband, so why did all these people constantly include a
It's just a Mandela effect, but people have to go and edit a fake one because to fit their reality. That's so stupid. But this is one that I found. Another one that I like 5 years ago, or it happened to me overnight. Another thing that was funny is fucking Joel Olsteen, right? Joel Olsteen. I was living with this lady rented a room in this place where I rented a room, and we had I had a DVR thing in my room, you know, where you could record fucking shows, and I'm watching the thing about, you know, what shows are on the channel guide or whatever, and it would say Joel Olsteen. Once in a while I would just watch it just for the fuck of it. And then one night I literally went to bed and I woke up in the morning. Oh, go watch my Jenna Bush liquid crystal shapeshifter video. It's crazy. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I woke up in the morning and I noticed on the channel that Joel Olsteen was no longer on there, man. Look, Joel Olsteen right here. Joel Olsteen Church. Joel Olsteen YouTube.com. Okay? Watch. So, the lady that was... So, all of a sudden I saw it, and boom. Joel Osteen, it says now. Look, what did I search for? Joel motherfucking Olsteen with an L. And it's showing Joel Osteen. This happened overnight for me. So anyway, the funny part was the lady that lived there. We're down in the fucking kitchen eating breakfast and shit. And I'm like, hey, because she had all the Joel and Victoria Olsteen books, right? Literally. And I said, yeah, so what do you think of something about Joel Osteen, right? Like baiting her in. She goes, you mean Joel Olsteen? And I'm all, no, I mean Joel Osteen. And she's like, no, fuck you, I have every one of his books in my room upstairs right now. And I'm like, and what? And she's all, and it's Joel Olsteen. And I'm like, let's see your books. So, and I knew it was Mandela affected. I know it would literally have changed on her books. So she went upstairs and didn't come down for like an hour. And then when she came down, she was just like, her eyes were like a deer in headlights, and she was just holding onto her books like, what the fuck? Mind completely blown. So that was really fun to do. Oh, let's see this real quick.
This has been one of the big failures around the aftermath of the wildfire on Maui, is this total vacuum of information from government officials to the people.
At the amount of money that was accidentally sent to Ukraine, like they oversent $6 billion. And then I said, well, how much would it cost to rebuild every house in the Maui fire? And it's $5 billion something. Like that's just like accidental money. But there's no talk of doing that. In
that vacuum, obviously people have all kinds of ideas or theories or this or that, but people were left without any kind of communication from anyone in a position of authority to provide help for days and weeks.
Now, this woman has worked in fundraising for years, so she actually went through the receipts. So she's going to break down what this fund actually is. We're not saying she's not donating money. What I'm saying is she's a billionaire. Period. Don't come and tell you right now. Don't come in here defending Oprah. Do not come in here defending
In the most recent episode of The Joe Rogan Experience, our candid podcast host, Joe Rogan, made some headlines by dropping a surprising bombshell. He suggested that media mogul Oprah Winfrey might be involved in shady land deals. Specifically, she's been eyeing properties owned by individuals caught up in various controversies. The Maui fires have left a community in turmoil, with many children affected by the tragedy and nowhere to be found. And the connection to the ongoing concerns surrounding Oprah Winfrey is undoubtedly cause for concern. Joe Rogan and several other commendable celebrities have tried to warn us time and time again about how these Hollywood elites would do anything to keep filling their well of riches. And once again, Oprah is suspected of being involved in this terrible incident. Could she be profiting from these disasters or even possibly behind them? While these claims are certainly controversial, let's examine the allegations and evidence that have fueled this discussion. First, it's essential to understand the context, especially regarding Oprah's real estate investments in Hawaii. Did you know that Oprah Winfrey has been snagging Maui land like it's the latest bestseller? She started with a whopping 520-acre piece, then added another 330 acres. Oprah is known to own multiple properties in the region, and some critics argue that these purchases might allow her to benefit financially from such disasters. It's a fact that is a significant point of contention.
Do you think Oprah is, I know for a while she was the richest woman on earth. So, yeah, she's been scooping up all this Maui property. It didn't get burned in the fires either. She got like 160 some acres. What's up, Sammy? My cat's all... What is she? He might have a cat or a mouse up there.
Significant point of contention. One tweet, for instance, raised the question of whether Oprah would take advantage of the Maui fires to purchase more land. The tweet mentioned that the flames had untouched her existing property and acres in Maui. Such claims have led some to speculate whether Oprah might have insider information or involvement in the incidents. To provide context, it's worth noting that in 2023, Oprah acquired a substantial 2,000-acre tract of land on the island, which has only added to the intrigue. The speculation extends to conspiracy theories suggesting that influential figures, including Oprah, may have deliberately sparked the fires to acquire valuable Maui land, potentially displacing indigenous communities. These claims are fueled by observations that the fires disproportionately affected Maui's working-class areas while sparing more affluent properties. Some even suggest that the fires were strategically ignited to drive down property prices, making it easier for wealthy individuals or organizations to acquire land at reduced rates. Interestingly, during this land buying spree, a sudden fire mysteriously wiped out nearby homes while leaving her vast properties unscathed. Quite the coincidence, don't you think? The connections, acquisitions, and timing make for some intriguing food for thought. This is definitely a topic worth exploring further. Joe Rogan claims his information is completely legit. Rogan delivered this information with quite a passion, stating that Oprah has been quietly acquiring lands from individuals who have found themselves in unfortunate circumstances. The big question on everyone's mind, what's her motive? It's all rather peculiar and deeply problematic. These allegations have set off a whirlwind of reactions online. Fans of Oprah have rushed to her defense, dismissing Rogan's claims as baseless. However, given the gravity of these allegations, there's also a growing call for a comprehensive investigation into the matter. The seriousness of these claims is not to be taken lightly. Following the startling claims made by Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan Experience regarding Oprah Winfrey's alleged land dealings, Oprah's team has issued an official statement addressing the matter. The statement begins with deep sadness and disappointment in the baseless accusations against Ms. Winfrey. It emphasizes Oprah's lifelong commitment to uplifting others and argues that such unfounded claims only distract from the real issues at hand. The statement elaborates that the alleged land purchases are not only inaccurate, but also a significant misrepresentation of Ms. Winfrey's character and her long-standing professional and personal values. They urge both the media and the public to critically examine the sources of such claims and encourage responsible and fact-based reporting. Many have rallied around Oprah in the entertainment industry, highlighting her years of philanthropy and service. However, some have voiced concerns about the growing spread of unverified information, particularly in the age of social media and digital communication. As of now, Joe Rogan's team has not issued a response to Oprah's statement.